Hey everybody, this is Delisa Rose, the Ambassador of Real Estate, aka D Rose for Real Estate that is. And today I want to talk to you and just kind of share some real estate chronicles because I think that hopefully it may help some other people that are out there. And the reality is when everybody moves, they're moving for a reason, and sometimes that reason isn't always pleasant. A lot of times I deal with families that are in the middle of a divorce, and it could be really horrible because there's emotions involved. Usually people want their marriage to work, but it's not working, and they get a divorce. And sometimes even as adults have adult tantrums, and they just don't know how to deal with stressful situations. And at the same time, then you have property in the middle, children in the middle, and everything else. I'm sharing this situation because I think that there's other people out there who maybe have the same questions and may need the answers. So hopefully this helps. But yesterday I went to a listing appointment, and the gentleman says pretty much had an affair with my wife. I have a 4-month-old son by another woman, and I don't think the marriage could survive this, and we're going to get, a divorce. Property has to go. Obviously she doesn't want the property to go. She walks in, pretty much says, I don't know what he told you, but house is not for sale. You need to get out. It was pain. She was just talking through pain. But at the end of the day, there's some real truths. So I just want to share some things that I shared with them. Okay. Reality is that if you filed for a divorce, I can't give legal advice, not giving legal advice, I'm giving real estate advice. Let's set the record straight. But if you filed for a divorce, and there's property involved, the judge is going to ask, pretty much, hey, what do you want to do with it? And if the two parties can't see eye to eye, they will decide who it goes to, or they will require you to sell the property. If you can't decide or agree on an agent, they can actually put the property in receivership and require, again, that property to be sold. So it's always great to work it out together. Put your feelings to the side and work it out together so that you guys can be more in control of the property. So what happens when one person wants to keep the property and the other person wants to sell the property? Well, chances are the other person sometimes may be ugly and they just want to sell it because they don't want you in it, or they want to sell it because they want the money out of the property. Well, you don't have to sell a property just to get the money out of the property. So say you have $100,000 in equity, you want $50,000 of that. You can have the person who's going to stay refinance the property. However, the chances are that they cannot qualify for the property on their own, but they may be able to apply and qualify for $50,000. So in essence, they may not be able to qualify for the whole house, but they may be able to qualify for that $50,000 in equity. If that's the case, they can do a signature loan, they can do a loan, equity loan, they can do a loan against the property using the property as collateral, get that $50,000 and pay you that $50,000. They can also sell other things. Maybe there's a car, maybe there's whatever, maybe there's stock, maybe there's 401k, whatever the case may be, and they can give you that $50,000, and then you can basically deed that property over to them. So with that being said, there's deed and there's the loan. And what people don't realize is that both of you guys could be on the loan, or one person could be on the loan, but everybody could be on title. It does not matter who is on the loan. It doesn't matter. So even if you're not on the loan, but you're on title, you own part of that house. So it does not matter who's on the loan. It matters who's on title. So say one person is on the loan and person A, 2 people are on title, and person A deeds that property to person B, and now that person B is on title and the loan. It's completely, you're done with that property. Okay? That's a cool situation. But what happens if both people are on the loan and both people are on title? Again, it doesn't matter who's on the loan as far as ownership, but say if both of you guys are on the loan. Well, in that case, person A deeds the property, but they're still financially responsible for the mortgage. Well, if you're going through the court through a divorce, you can ask the attorney. I'm not giving legal advice here. This is real estate and just a suggestion, but you can ask your attorney to basically make it a requirement in your divorce decree that the other party is financially responsible for the debt. Not just that they have the property, but they're financially responsible for the debt. So even though both of you guys are on the loan, you can make it that they're financially responsible for the debt. And therefore, if they should default on the loan, they should skip a payment on the loan, they could, whatever, you can take that document that says that they're financially responsible, you were free and clear from that property financially, and you can turn that property and that document into the credit bureaus and the mortgage company so that the mortgage company never reports it any longer on your credit. So I hope that that helps. I know it's always like so much information that I want to get in a short amount of time, but if you'd like to discuss your situation personally one-on-one, feel free to give me a call, 972-907-0000. Send me an email, support@DeLisa Rose. DM me, because I know I'm dropping bits of information, short amount of time, and your situation could be so much more detailed. But reality, you do not have to sell a house to pull the equity. You can, still get the equity or be paid for the equity without necessarily selling the house. However, you want to protect yourself in the event you're both on the mortgage or in the event, you're both on title. But it doesn't matter who's on the mortgage. It matters who's on title. But if you are on the mortgage and you're about to deed the property over to someone, you want to make sure that you free yourself financially from it, because chances are you guys were living together for a long time. The incomes were, kind of together. And when one person leaves, the other person may or may not be able to financially afford the same things. And you don't want that property in your name and mortgage-wise and affecting your credit. So I hope that this helps. Again, this is DeLisa Rose, the ambassador of real estate, aka D Rose for real estate, that is, and I'm here for you. Talk to you soon.